Okay mate, so in this first video I done OG, not OGN. So I'll just very quickly look at OG. Nice steady rise on the RSI, first thing to note. Nice steady rise on the volume. Nice steady move above the white 100 moving average. This is bullish now above the white 100 moving average, and this area should lead to higher prices into the red 200 moving average. If all goes well, then you know this apex can develop like this somehow, and then get a move out of there later. That's in theory if everything still continues to go well. After you get accumulation volume, after you get loads of small candles higher, at some point, and we don't know when that some point is, but at some point you often get this big candle. Right? It's tricky to find out when that big candle will come. A little bit like here as well, lots of small candles and small candles right back up to here. You know, that's a long period of time. They're weekly candles, all small candles, and then all of a sudden you get boom, you get one large big candle to the upside that actually starts off the bull market, right? And then every candle is big after that. So we are still in the small candle stages here. We haven't had that big candle yet, but you can see it is kind of hammering on resistance here. There is a, if I'll just draw this, you can kind of just see it's squashing up into here, right? And it looks like it wants to break up from here. You know, this last candle on the 2-week candle here in OGN, sorry, you know, that's a bullish candle, and it is kind of implying that this should want to go higher. It looks like, you know, some whale got on board down on the lows and had breakout volume. This is usually good for having some sort of an uptrend. It's not gospel, because of course they could sell at some point, but you know, in theory, a lot of times they can hold this until nearly the highs of the market, and then you see huge market selling up on highs, for example. But you know, currently we are early here on a new 3-month, so you know, we kind of have to work with what we have. You know, in theory now this is bullish because we've taken liquidity below and popped up and flip green here. So as long as it still stays green, there's a good chance that this could run. If it flips red again, well, then you need to be more cautious. Like a beautiful buying time was, you get this green volume, right, huge green volume, then the next candle gives you dips into the center point of the candle. That was the ultimate point to be buying. I mean, with a lot of conviction. Of course, you could have bought a little bit lower down here, but there was high conviction when you get high volume like that and dips into it, on top of the fact that there was support there, right here. So you know, it gets a little bit trickier up here because it's already had a nice move. But I do think with patience, this should work its way up into the red 200 moving average and even above that. You know, there's no question about it. It is a bit of a tricky, messy chart. It's not easy to trade, but you know, if you were accumulating and you're buying and you're willing to add more when it goes lower, it does look okay, because it looks like eventually it should get up into this area. And if it gets up into this area, well, there's a chance then that the apex could play out and break to the upside out above the red 200. You know, zoomed out a bit, you can still see we are pretty low, and this apex here is still developing. So as this develops, you know, if it does that or whatever, it should later lead to big moves up.